welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be continuing on with our quest here throughout Heavensward. So I don't have too much time today. I got to go to work in a little bit, but I decided that I did have enough time to go ahead and run through a dungeon. So this here is, I guess, technically an optional dungeon. You don't have to do it through the main scenario, but this is the Dusk Vigil. So here we are back at the Convictor's camp. And we have Claire standing, she's standing outside what looks like a caravan. And we have a priest standing here with us. So we have the main scenario with Alphino, but we're going to accept it from this guy for all the nights to come. The dead care not for justice, but well to throw. We'll see that they have it just the same. And we also get an ether current as a reward too. Cowards, all of you! Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your... Wait, are you not Mistress Faye, honored ward of House Fortons? Praise Haloni, surely you will consider my request. Know you of the Dusk Vigil, westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to ward of the Horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. You, madam, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondelle is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. So it's talking about a great big jewel. Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Bane's Pool until you come up to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. That ice rondelle is dear to me. I would be most grateful if you could deliver it to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the knights here not really wanting anything to do with it. I mean, it's not like it would bring fame and glory like it would killing a dragon. And besides, there's not really too many dragons. In fact, I don't think there are any dragons inside the Dusk Vigil. I'm trying to remember, but I don't recall either way. But the point is that they're not going to risk their lives for a great big gem that they're not even going to be able to keep or sell or anything like that. But yes, it was at the Convictor's camp here in the Western Highlands, and we just have to head up north through here. You can actually see the very tip of its towers. So it was once, like, probably one of the... There were 4 vigils altogether. We know of the Stone Vigil, that we've already ran through it. And there's also the Dawn Vigil, this is the Dusk Vigil, and I think there's also a Steel Vigil. I'm trying to remember that part. Anyway, this is just one of the pretty much destroyed vigils. I think only the Dawn Vigil is left that they're actually using. But yeah, it faced a lot of damage because of the calamity. So we're going to be going in here, find the chapel, find the statue with the gem, and return it to the guy. What's this? A ward of House Fortons wishing to enter the Dusk Vigil? You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Well, that was rude. Alright, so let's go ahead, sign up for the duty. Okay, I'm back. That only took about 7 minutes, not bad at all. So let's go ahead and enter the Dusk Vigil. And if you thought the Stone Vigil was cold, that's nothing compared to this place. It looks so cool. So there aren't any real dragons scattered throughout this place. It's really mostly wild beasts that we're going to be fighting our way through. And I'll say this, these vigils are huge. Like, everything here is literally frozen over. Okay, so for this first part, it's really not difficult. We just deal with a couple trash mobs. And we actually get a look at what the final boss is going to be. Spoilers there. Okay, so it's snowing over there, so we run through here. Have to take a shortcut. And we have one of these nasty creatures. Yep, there it is. You can see the griffin in the background. Which is strange, because you think griffins would normally be in Giro Albania, so I have no idea why one would be up so far north. But yes, that enormous griffin is going to be the final boss. Clearly not interested in us right now. That's fine. Got a couple more trash mobs. Once we reach the gate, that will be the first boss that we have to take care of. Okay, and should have another friend dropping in. Yep. This should be the last one. Yeah, it looks like it. So this is the last trash mob. You can see where that damaged winch is. It's another one of those great big beasts is going to drop down in a second. They'll have the part that we need to be able to open the gates. Those things are so freaky. Like, his face alone is terrifying. So we got the cold steel lever. Let's force open the gate. So that's the first boss. I have no idea how a mammoth managed to get his way in here. Yay! Well, you've seen part of the mechanics here. If he targets you, then he's really going to focus all of his attention on you, and at times he's either going to charge, he's either going to stun you and then just flip you about like that. It's like what he's doing right now. Yeah, so he knocks him away. Luckily, the stun only lasts for a few seconds, but it still drops you to your knees. Yep, I'm targeted now. And there's really no way that I can avoid that. Down for the count. You just have to hang on and hope that once you're stunned and then kicked about like this, then you're not going to die. Okay, now he's going to charge at us. What did I do to you? Other than, of course, kicking your ass. Okay, get out of there, get out of there. Yeah, so as far as I know, there is no way that you can actually avoid those attacks. It's fine though, because he only uses them. He uses them very sparingly, at least, especially in the beginning. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Need a better armor anyway. Okay, let's see here. So, yes, I should also mention that there are, in fact, zombies in this place, as well as torn journal pages. Yeah, so apparently those journal pages belong to the Lord Commander who was in this particular vigil. And talked about, like, the days leading up to, I guess, the Calamity. It's been a long time since I've read that stuff. But because everyone here is basically turned into frozen, frostbitten zombies... Yeah. See a couple torn journal pages. These kind of look like the barracks. Oh yeah, here it is. Clear the barracks. I'm just hiding the chat log real quick. Becoming distracting. So, I think that there is supposed to be a treasure chest inside one of these rooms. Can't remember which one. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this particular dungeon. And the good news about being able to pause, you can read them right here. And nothing there. Oh, looks like they found it. And it's a belt. Yep, the zombies are slowly rising up, so I have no idea what's bringing them back. Maybe it could be just a surge of ether or something. I don't know. I hate dealing with zombies. I really do. They look so freaky when they move. Thankfully, once we clear the second boss, the zombies kind of stop after that. We got the barracks key. Come back here. So behind these next doors, that's where the next boss is going to be, which is the commander of this entire base. I think I missed a journal page or two back there. Oh well. Yeah, so it's some kind of curse that was put onto this place. Maybe the heretics did that, I don't know. Yeah, so at one point, like, a bunch of zombies are gonna come at you, but luckily, they're pretty weak. And there is another treasure chest. It's always in this room. Historian hat. Okay, we don't need that. I think we already have the key. Okay, so we have the Lord Commander's key. So that's where the king zombie, I suppose. Sir Yulmik. Yulmiric. Funny how it sounds so much like Emmerich. Oh, he looks so weird with those big red eyes. Yep, and as I'm sure you notice, all the bodies lying around us, they rise up every once in a while to come after us. I do recommend taking care of them as soon as possible. It's not 100% necessary if you have a group that knows what they're doing, but it definitely helps. Yeah, so the zombies themselves are not too... they have no defense. I guess they're just rotting corpses after all. Yeah, so at least take care of the Kyrugians because they do heal. Yeah, just get in close when he does those AoE attacks. Yay! Okay. So we're heading into the final stretch. This is the inner keep. So there are going to be bitter winds that blow through every once in a while. If you're standing in your way, if you're standing in their way, then you will be hit with like a cold gust, and that does damage over time. Let's just grab this, another treasure coffer. No, just die. Okay. So we should be nearing it. Oh man, such a gloomy day outside, so I'm even more tired than usual. So, what the ice sprites were doing was making everything even colder than they originally were. And that's why the doors were frozen. So by killing them, we actually warmed the area enough up to break the ice. There's the griffin again. Yeah, it knows that we're after it, so it's starting to get annoyed. I'm not sure if it's this door that's last door or not. I think there should be at least one more between now and then. Okay, yeah, so this is the last door. Well, we have one more. This is for the chapel. So this is where the gem is. Okay, so enjoy the look while you can, because it's not going to look like this for too much longer. It's almost like it knew that that's what we were after. You know, if it let us take the jewel, then we probably could have just walked on out with no problems. Okay. Someone went charging in. So, I'm still not sure why a griffin would be here, because I've always thought that they were in Girobanya, but hey, what can you do? So, the mechanics here are pretty simple. Okay, so we have free fall, don't need to really worry about that one yet. That attack just went with some random person. Whirling Jail. Okay, when you see Whirling Jail, run and hide behind one of these stacks of stones because it creates a giant whirlwind in the middle. As you can see, someone has already been pulled into it and they can no longer move. So this keeps up a few times before... Yep, picking them up and dropping there. And it dealt like half damage, so that was pretty severe. Okay. More piles of rubble falling from the ceiling. So the original piles that we hid behind are about to disappear, but we do get more piles falling every once in a while. Whirling Jail again. I just had to see if I could jump. So now you see what it does. It dealt a fair amount of damage because I was behind the boulder, but then I used jump and I thought that I could make it back, but it didn't. Okay, free fall again. I don't know why that wasn't already on my hotbar, but that's okay. Okay, so we beat the Griffin, cleared out the entire fortress, and secured the gem. All in all, I call it a successful day. Nothing big. So we got what we came for, so let's just head back to the Convictors and we can pass the gem back on to, I think he was the original owner. I'd rather not know what you found inside. Some of us have to remain here on guard duty. Well, not much point. There's nothing left inside the fortress now, so do what you want. So the Convictors' camp should be close by here. And we'll call it a day there. Like I said, this was really just to show off that dungeon. It is optional, so you don't have to 100% do it. The next dungeon that we come across, though, we do have to do it to continue on with the story. Here, we don't necessarily have to. It's something that they started adding in, both here and for Stormblood, I think. Yeah, so that's the Issue of the Violet Tides. Personally, I kind of like those optional dungeons. Okay. How do we get back? Okay, there it is. Oh, sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. Do you have it, Mistress Faye? A large round sapphire named after the icy blue sheen of the Fury's armor. Yes, there's no mistaking it. At last it is ours once more. My parents presented the sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Joachim Merrick on his. One day they would have done the same for their son. Oh, so that was their son that we fought. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot, he knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command of the Dusk Vigil and found the Iceheart to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. But no more, no more. It is back with the family where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort. Yet in my waning years I must accept what little that can be had. Yeah, so we had to kill his zombified son, sadly. Honor, glory, men seek these things in battle. Yeah, but... so that's a rather sad story. I mean, it's kind of a happy ending to a tragic tale, I guess, is the best way that we can tell. So he lost his wife. I think she just kind of didn't have any more reason. I think they said that she was dead. I mean, didn't come out and say it, but it kind of implied that he was because of the false inquisitor. And yeah, that's not good. And he also lost his son. At least that we can confirm. So hollow comfort, I guess. But yes, that's going to be it for today. That was the Dusk Vigil. The next episode, we're going to continue our search for Iceheart and see if she'd be willing to act as kind of a go-between between us and the dragons, and see if there's a way that we can stop the horde from attacking Ishgard before it's too late. So until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. This is Fantasy Girl signing out.